Hey guys, my name is Ella Grace, and I just finished my first year at the Georgia Institute of Technology in Georgia, and I want to share some tips with y'all, kind of things that I wish I knew my first year in college, and things I recommend you stay away from, things I recommend you try, and just I'm trying to give you the best tips to have the overall best freshman year experience, so I'm going to share those with you now. So the first tip I have, and this is going to be very arguable. This is going to be very controversial, but I do highly recommend you rush. And that's coming from someone who never thought they would in their entire life, who was so against it and ended up doing it and loved it, and now I'm in a sorority. It's definitely a fun experience in itself. I mean, rush, as you'd seen from like Alabama rush and stuff like that, it can be stressful and extremely exclusive, but I will say I did have a great time during rush. I even made friends just simply during rush, and it was a fun thing. And what you get to realize while you're rushing is that you can rush and not join a sorority, which I did not do that. I did join one, but I do it for the experience. And it's also usually during the first or second week of school, which also gives you something to do. This is before classes start, and it'll give you some opportunities to meet people. It's not as cutthroat as you think, as long as you are comfortable as yourself and being genuine. I genuinely think anybody can have a good rush experience. I would say the weather, as I rushed in Georgia in the fall, the weather was pretty hot. Which was a little unbearable at points, but I did really enjoy rush at the end of it. And would I do it again? Probably not, but I did enjoy it, and it's an experience I can say I've done. Tip number 2, and I cannot stress this enough, is that if you don't know what your major is going in, or if you're unsure about what your major is once your classes start, that's such an okay feeling. I know about every single one of my friends has switched majors. A lot of people in my major have switched majors, and I'm even unsure of my own major and if I want to stick with it. And that's an okay feeling. Academic advisors are literally there for you at all points to set a Zoom call with, to email, to talk about changing your major and what that would mean for you. And you don't need to go into college knowing everything regarding what you want to do. It is obviously super important to at the end of your 4 years, maybe have an idea of what you want to do, but I'd say college is all about growing and learning experiences, and you might have a second option for what you want to do, and that might even be transferring schools. And I just say use all the resources you can, and you'll find eventually something that you're really passionate about. Tip number 3, I'd like to say use your time wisely. That almost sounded threatening. Ooh. Seriously though, schedule out time to do what you want to do and have free time. You make sure you have social time at the end of the day. First semester, I did not really give myself time to be social other than sorority events. And I will say it got a little lonely at some points. And second semester, I finally divvied up some social time. And it was a lot more fun when I got to hang out with my friends almost every night for about an hour and a half before I went to bed, and just grow those relationships. On top of that, today for example, I scheduled my day out hour by hour, and at the end of it, I still had 4 hours left of my day that I didn't really have anything to do during, and I just kind of sat there sad because I scheduled my day out what I thought would be best for me, and then I just had a lot of free time, which I personally don't like free time, so that's could be very biased, but I would say just schedule your day out to give yourself time to do whatever makes you happy, whether it be hang out with friends, read a book, watch BoJack Horseman, highly recommend it, or whatever. Just do it. Tip number 4. Tip number 4 is wherever you're going to college. This did so much for me. Wherever you're going to college, adventure around the area you're in. Whether that be by your own accord with your own car or scooter or skateboard, do that, use public transportation. I'm in a big city, Atlanta, so we have MARTA, which I've only used twice, so that I'm not really one to use public transportation with my own car, but adventuring around Atlanta has made me love it so much more. I'm a huge coffee drinker, and I found all my favorite coffee shops. I found local bookstores that I love going to. I just found a lot of nice areas, like a lot of parks, and it's been cool just adventuring around the city almost every single day. I'll try to find somewhere new to go, which I would say is kind of a waste of gas, but I don't end up driving that far just because of how compact Atlanta is. But either way, I would highly recommend just adventuring a little bit. Get out of your comfort zone, go look around the city, unless it's in an unsafe area. I do not go downtown of Atlanta at night. But yeah, I just adventure around your city. You could find some cool places, some places to bring your friends, some places to study. Yeah, I highly recommend it. Tip number 5 is leave all your high school stuff behind. And if you have a really good friend, I don't mean drop them entirely. You can still stay in touch with them. But regarding drama, regarding GPA and SAT score, none of that matters. No one wants to hear about your SAT score. No one wants to hear about your high school drama. No one wants to hear about anything from high school. And college is about starting a new chapter in your life and being able to be your genuine self and find people who are genuine people is the most important thing in college. And even I go to a decent sized school, it's still been not a challenge, but the people who are genuine to me have come across out of nowhere. You're not always guaranteed to find someone who's going to be your best friend. I ended up, my best friend in college right now, his name is Nick, and he just was a mutual friend, and I started hanging out with him, and then we hung out every single day last semester except for spring break. So yeah, I just met him on a whim, and now he's my best friend. So on top of that, you've probably heard this so many times, you're not going to be friends with whoever you're friends with the first week or 2 weeks of school. I'm not going to say it never works out that way, but it's a very low chance of it working out that way. So yeah. I think this kind of goes back to what I was saying about being adventurous and getting out of your comfort zone, but try as many things as possible. This past year, I tried boxing club. I got really into badminton. I tried a virtual golf simulator we have. What else did I do? Oh, I did intramural, sand volleyball, basketball, and soccer. And, which also another thing, if you do rush, it is a great way to get to know more of your sisters, or brothers, for the matter. But yeah, it was a super fun thing, and I was always looking forward to the next intramural match, and I will definitely be continuing that. Tip number, I lost count, I'm going to say maybe 6 or 7, but it's okay to not be okay. It is okay if you're homesick. It is okay if you miss your hometown friends. It is okay if you miss your pets. It is okay if you miss your family. Hopefully, it is a situation where you can FaceTime them or get to text them. But it is going to be hard. But once you start getting into the groove of your classes, trying new things out, and meeting new people, it's definitely going to help take your mind off of it. And I just say hang in there as long as you can, because at the end I do think it's going to work out for all of you watching this. Your first year in college is definitely a doozy, and you grow a lot, you learn a lot of new things, and I'm not going to tell you what I learned because it's going to be different for you, but I will say be open to change and don't try to conform to anything. That is the last advice I'm going to leave you with, is just be yourself. I have found people that love me for who I am, truly for who I am, and I have not had to change anything. And that is by far the biggest blessing I could have looked for here. So yeah, just believe in yourself. And I will say, a little add-on to that, is it's also okay to be alone. It is okay to not have a significant other your first year of college. It's okay to not have a best friend for the first couple months of college. It's okay to not really have any friends the first couple weeks, months of college. As long as you're okay with being alone, or if you're not, you're gonna learn to be. That's something I've learned over the first year of college, and it's by far the best piece, like the best takeaway I've had from college, is learning to be okay alone. I highly recommend that. Just learn to be yourself and learn to be happy with who you are, and you'll be okay. You'll knock it out your first year. So good luck to everybody prepping to go to college this fall, and I love you all, and God bless you.